Hi everyone, this is Rick again. I want to talk real quickly about a parable that Jesus spoke in, I believe, Matthew chapter 13. And in that chapter, he spoke many parables comparing things to the kingdom of God. Now, this one is about the man who came across a great treasure in a field. He buried that treasure, and then he went and sold every piece of property he had, everything, clothes, land, items, everything, so he can acquire that piece of land and get that treasure. Now, why would he do that? Because that treasure was greater than anything he owned. He could take that treasure and purchase everything that he had to sell and still have plenty left over. Spiritually speaking, the intent that Jesus is putting out there is that he is that treasure. That salvation that he offers all of us to unite with the Father in our resurrected bodies at his second coming for all eternity is the greatest treasure that we could ever have. And the only way to acquire that is to sell everything we have, to unload, to get rid of every worldly thing that we hold on to, that we hold dear, so that we can acquire that treasure, that kingdom of God where the treasure is. Now, the world cannot see it. That's why it's buried. It's hidden. The world will never see it. The world sees it as foolishness. They won't even go for it. But those called of God will, because Jesus said, no one can come to me unless the Father brings them. Those of us he called, we either give everything and go through that cross and give it over to him, or we hold some of it back. Most Christians will hold some of it back because there are things in the world that we don't want to let go of. Just like Ananias and Zechariah in the book of Acts, they sold their property to give the money to the apostles, but they held some of that money back because they couldn't part with it all. They were trying to hang on to some of their earnings, some of the worldly things they had. And as a result, they died. Us Christians who will not let it all go, when by the time Christ returns, cannot enter into his rest. We cannot enter and achieve and acquire that great treasure. We need to let it all go to him, stand back, open that door of truth, let him enter and do the work in us. Until next time, God bless.